All right, guys, day 5. It's Luke, Rick, RW Soundworks, and coming with the final update as this build is done. Klein is on his way over. I may get interrupted while making this video, to be honest, but just a little quick wrap up. Today we wrapped up the sub enclosure for the Utopia 10WM in the trunk. I'll show you guys that in a second. And then I got a tune on it. And then just gathered up all the materials that are going to go back with the client. Overall, really excited. Probably the best non-front sub build that I've done. This platform is awesome. Definitely a couple of tuning challenges with mid-range location and just a few little oddball cancellations. But honestly, the doors did excellent for crossing at 80. There's barely any tactile feedback coming through the panels. Their output is excellent. The response was great. Only a really one small narrow dip at 150 on the driver's side mid bass. So we're crossing sub to mid bass at 80, mid bass to mid range at 250, and then mid range to tweets at 3K. They're 3/4 inch tweet, so anything below that doesn't make me too comfortable. The compose is excellent, especially the mid bass and the mid range. Tweeter is very good. I think the mid range and the mid bass are a little bit better, but this system it's extremely loud. I probably have 5-6 dB in channel gain left. I think I have 5 dB of input gain from the Nav TV. Most people put 6-7. And I still have, there's a lot of headroom left in this thing, and it's nearly as loud as my truck is, which isn't a quiet build by any means. But this has just got the right pairing with the right amp, good gain structure, and the car itself loads really well. Sub is a single 10, still playing down to 23, 22 hertz, just based on location. So can't complain about that for a single 10. But really happy with the overall build. The client should be here again, like I said, in a few minutes, and I'm really excited to get his feedback. I'm certainly proud of it, and I've been jamming out here for the past half hour in it. And I'm a critical listener, and I'm having a great time with it. So what did we do today to wrap up? Let me get rid of a couple crumbs here. Boom, we got a sub. This thing is extremely tight. Intolerances all around. There's half of the sub is basically right up against the panel. Then the other half has a whole pocket underneath, so we can actually get good venting behind the pole vent. But we're talking like 1/8 of inches to make this thing fit. Even though it's not a huge sub or a deep sub, within the limitations of having to keep the spare tire fully active, which this does let you use the spare tire, the jack, everything can come out with the sub enclosure there. And it allows, basically, because this is a daily driver that needs to be maintained. So we extracted as much as we could. Again, I don't know what I have for airspace. Like I said, I'm guessing probably 0.6, 0.7 cubic feet. Plays, again, down to 22, 23 with authority. I actually kept having to knock this sub down because it has a lot of power. But it's so smooth. It is, it is. It's the first time I've worked with it, and I hope it's not the last. If I can find a way to use this in a personal build going forward in some fashion, whether it's my wife's vehicle or something in another car that I may build, I really, really like this sub. It is, it's extremely musical. It punches like a truck, but it's extremely articulate and smooth and transient, and it is just a beautiful sounding sub. Highly encourage you, if you can afford this, to make this happen. But for our application, where we only have the ability to put one single sub and we had to fit it under the false floor, this thing is doing its duty in spades. Hooked up with a XT90 here. So if the unit ever needs to come out, quick little disconnect, one bolt, thing comes out. This thing basically friction fits in place. There's some high strength industrial Velcro on either side. Have it help tack to the carpet so it does stay firm, even with the bolt there. But this thing is definitely a super, super rigid installation. All cleaned up. You can see just my USB cable that's run up front. We'll do some listening. We're probably gonna make some conductor adjustments when a client gets here, depending on how he wants to use it. And yeah, besides that, no complaints about this build whatsoever. About 4.5 days to knock it out, which is about what I expected. Besides a couple of long days and some lower back strain from being a desk jockey in my day job, feeling great now. As soon as that system turned on after the first round of EQ and time alignment, and I was able to listen to a few songs, I knew that this thing was going to pull together nicely, and it has. So that's it for now. Maybe I'll record a client reaction, but for now, signing off on this build. I appreciate you guys following along, and hopefully we'll have another one. We think the Golf R that you guys have seen on my page a few times, both in photos and videos. Got some plans for that this spring, summer. Probably a full dash gut to put some mid-ranges, pillars, maybe a front sub rebuild, some sound treatment. That car owner wants to take it to the truly upper end level and take it to the extremes, and he's willing to do that. It's his project car for a long time, so hopefully we see that come to fruition. I'm interested to do it, even though it'll be my first type of build that way, but so is this. So I'm excited to see what we tackle over the next year. But I'll have a few developments on my truck that are coming, but those are some basic stuff, nothing too groundbreaking or full build like. But if you guys are in the southern Maine, northern New Hampshire area, I do builds. Again, I only do 2 to 3 kind of major builds because this is not my day job, but I really do enjoy doing it, and it's a little side hustle that I can afford to do one build usually in the winter, and then another one in the spring, summer, and then kind of try to do some smaller stuff in between. But if you're looking for an SQ build that's done the right way, with patience and meticulousness and not cutting corners, trying to get these things blasted out as quick as possible, drop me a line, shoot me a message on Facebook, shoot me an email, rwsoundworks@gmail.com. I'd be happy to help you out. I do consultation on the side. Happy to have some conversations if you have some questions about your system, trying to plan a system, or if you have some technical questions on how to use something, or some sort of integration issue. I do have some consultation hours that I do run, so don't be shy about that. Besides that, I hope everybody has an excellent holiday. This is December 23rd, so I'm off for a couple of weeks after this, and can't be more excited for it. And I hope everybody takes time with their families and loved ones and enjoys their holiday season, and I'll see you guys in the next build.